Have you ever felt that you've had so many things on your plate and so many things to do, but because there was stress and you didn't know what to do first, that you were still just not very effective? And you've wanted to feel more effective and have a list that you work from, not stress about all the different things that you have on your mind, but just feel more at peace, get in and get your work done. I actually came up with 8 tips that you can use to make a more effective task list. Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. If you want to get more of what you want, set a target and take action every day. The first thing that you can do is subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll be on your way. Today I'm going to share 8 tips that will help you create a more effective task list and get more done. Tip number 1 is to create a safe place for your tasks. Are there unsafe places for tasks? I guess not, but you want it to be uniform. If you just have papers all around spread out, it's not going to give you very much confidence in your system. So I recommend using Trello. Some people use Evernote. You can create an Excel doc, whatever, but have one place that you know that you can go to where everything's going to be written down. So everything that's on your mind can be stored in that one place. There's a lot of peace of mind that comes from establishing one place to keep all your goals. I actually created a training in Trello that I'll link to in the description that goes through how I use and how I store my task lists in Trello. Step 2, and this tip comes from Getting Things Done by David Allen. He talks a lot about creating the next action step. So instead of saying, I need to fix the tires in my car, you should say, call the shop and the phone number. Create next action steps to make it more likely that you'll get this stuff done. Tip 3 is, instead of having a to-do list that you work from your calendar. So when you plan each week, or however often you plan, I recommend weekly, but as you plan, put the time in the calendar on when you're actually going to do that task. And then when that time comes, do it. In order for that to happen, you need to have a task list and calendar that you actually pay attention to. Tip 4 is to prioritize the tasks. When I do this on paper, for example, I'll write down the 7 things I need to do, and then I'll say, okay, which one is the most important? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I turn my brain off because I've prioritized already, and I just start working on all those things. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go down the list. I actually created an app called Purpose by Weave Commerce. It's in the App Store for iOS. I don't have it on Android, but I'll include a link to it in the description, and it helps you actually prioritize. If you have 10 cards in a Trello list, it will help you choose between each 2. It'll have you pick different apps and help you identify the priority and resort all your cards in the app. So check it out. Okay, tip 5 on how to make your task list more effective is to make sure that your tasks are actually aligned with what you want out of life. And I know that we went from very tactical to very deep really quick, but if you're not working if the things that you're doing day in, day out aren't taking you towards your goals, it's going to be a lot harder to muster the motivation for that. So in day 6 of my 17-day masterclass, I actually share a model that I call HATS that will help you identify the big picture and make sure that your task lists or your tasks that fall in line will take you to where you actually want to go. So I'll include that link in the description as well. Tip 6 is make multiple lists. You may have lots of different roles in life, whether that's the role of a father or a friend or a sports teammate or an employee or an employer. Any of these different hats that you are wearing, you can create a separate list for that. And Trello actually works really well for that specifically. Pro tip, I would recommend, instead of having multiple boards, I would just create multiple lists because it's a lot easier to scroll from list to list instead of going from different boards. just my findings. Tip 7 is to be flexible. Things will happen, and if you beat yourself up every time you don't get something done or when your day doesn't go in line and you use that energy negatively, it's not going to be a very fun road. So be flexible. Things happen, things come up, and just cut yourself a little slack and try to do better the next day. That's it for the video today. Thank you for being here. If you're new to the channel and haven't yet subscribed, subscribe and click the bell, and I will see you on my next video.